You know my ankle, and obviously continue to improve on the technical ability of the game. So I think that, yeah, from a physical standpoint, I'm cleared to train with the team. But obviously I have a high standard for myself, and you're not off for 6 months and you just return in 3 days and you get that back. So I'll be working on that.
I know this is your first big injury, but from what you've heard about others in your experience, is that a hard part to get over that mental thing of anytime you feel a twinge, you think, oh my God, it's not good?
No, not really. You don't really think about it, to be honest. The ankle is pretty sturdy. The doctors did a really good job, so I think that I don't really think about it when I'm in the game and stuff like that. It might be sore after training once the adrenaline's gone, but once I'm on the field, I'm just thinking about helping my team out. So yeah.
And during that process, what was the toughest part for you, being away from the game, working physically, or the mental side of?
I think the toughest part is battling through coming back. So after the surgery and then learning how to walk again and how to run again, that's not easy. But I was around the team the whole time, so yeah, I wasn't able to play, but I still felt part of the group.
So in that, how do you keep the balance between not being extra precautious but also trying to measure around?
Yeah, that's why we have these sports scientists here, so I don't have to worry about that. So they got a plan for me, and I trust them that they know what to do.
Mark, the injury is one thing that's an unknown, but you're here for the first day. Last time you came in a few days in, how does it feel to be here from day one?
No, it feels good. Obviously, it's a great atmosphere right now. Everyone's excited to get back out there, and the fact that I was able to share the first moment of the season with the team after what happened last year with my injury, it's just a good moment.
Having so much, support from fans and supporters of LAFC during your injury, like what was that like for you? I know there was a huge, throughout your recovery process, people saw new photos of you recovering, and how did that help?
No, it's good. Obviously, it definitely helps the mental side of it. It's not easy coming back from injuries like this, but when you got more than 20,000 fans supporting you and sending you messages every day, you feel very welcome and valued. So they did help a lot, and so did my teammates. So I'm excited that I've gotten over that stage, and now we're getting ready for this season.
I feel like you left something out there. By that I mean, you had a great season up until you were injured, and you didn't get to finish it. Is there a sense of unfinished business personally for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think that when people look back on the season that I have, they're always going to be like, well, it was only half a season, and no one really likes the doubters. So I got to prove them wrong this year, and hopefully that I'm able to do that.
Mark, what do you think of the team initial impressions for 2019? A lot of continuity on the roster from last year to this year, but no Benny fell out.
Yeah, yeah, Benny. He was a good friend of mine in the locker room, so obviously he'll be dearly missed. But yeah, we brought a lot of players back, and I think we're trying to create the right culture here with Bob at the head of everything. So I think that having players come back that already know how we're trying to play is definitely a big help, and it kind of gives us a head start on everyone else who might have made more changes within their team.
Anthony, now that the Rams are on the Super Bowl, that inspired you to get to the final?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's always great. Los Angeles is a big sports city, so whenever any team can get to their respective finals, it's great. So obviously that's going to give us added motivation to, get to our finals too. But we'll wait and see because ours is far away. But
are you rooting for them?
Oh, 100%, yeah, for sure.
You say you're not any doubters, so anybody who's is doubting about the Rams going to Super Bowl because of a reference, what would you say to them?
It's part of the game, man. You can't control that. It was out of the Rams' control, so you can't blame them for the refs making a mistake. And it's human error, right? Like we're imperfect, all of us, so it happens.
Do you think NFL needs VAR?
I would think so. In a game where it's that intense and there's so much on the line, I would think why not? They review a lot of the plays, right? So why not make sure you review something like that so people can't talk about it after the game? But yeah, I don't know. That's not my game, so it's whatever.
I kind of had a picture of, they said they train at UCLA, and so I just figured training at a college campus, just kind of picture that.
For you personally, preseason last year was a difficult time. What's your mood now? I mean, you know where your future is.
You gotta bring that up, huh? No, it was yeah, it's great. It's great to be back in preseason day one, being part of the group, and getting started with our whole idea of how we want to play, and getting all the new guys incorporated as well.
The way the season ended last year, everyone expected you, and I know you guys did too, expect you to go further than you did. Does that leave a bad taste in your mouth, and is there sense of unfinished business things you need to accomplish now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, obviously that game didn't feel good afterwards, but we were all hungry and anxious to get this next season started right away because, we definitely felt like we could have done better and gone further than we did, and so now we're back in to try to rewrite that ship.
How do you weigh that? Because the team had a great season, did things no other expansion team has done, but you didn't reach your ultimate goal. So do you kind of look at the positive, but also realize there's more out there?
Yeah, I mean that's just the cliche of that's football. You do so well during the regular season, and then you put yourself in a good spot, and then come postseason where it's a one game off. It's the matter of inches, so to speak. But like I said, like they had 2 shots on goal and scored 3, and we ended up losing, to an own goal, and so a little unfortunate, unlucky. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, but I felt like we did well, and the things that we were working on all season, and it got us to where we were. But yeah, that bit of unluckiness towards the end there, we'll hope to get back there and fix things when we get there.
You played in New England, and now you're in LA. It's the Rams and the Patriots.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I still have some friends on the Pats, and so I'll always wish well for them. But yeah, I want the best for the city of LA, and so obviously, you want the Rams to win and something to celebrate. But at the same time, I'm hoping just for a good game, and hopefully we can bring that joy to LA.
Yeah,
so.
It's only been 1 day of training so far, but Benny's not here, a player you knew really well, a player that was important to this team last year. How do you think the midfield, just based on what you've seen today, might shape up, and what do you guys lose with him gone?
Yeah, we lose that bit of leadership, that bit of veteranship, and yeah, I mean he was a big voice in the locker room and on the field, and so he's gonna be missed, for that. At the same time, though, we got guys who've been here for the full season last year, and new guys coming in as well. So got a big shoe to fill, but I'm excited and anxious. I know these guys are ready, and like I said, it's good to have Mark back as well because he was a big miss as well last year when he came off, and so I'm confident with this midfield.
With the things that you guys as a players can control, what you guys need to change or do better in order to get to that goal that you couldn't get last season?
Yeah, I think there was, we were great getting on the top foot of teams. We were scoring goals early and often, and going forward, I think that's one of our strengths. I think importantly this year we'll try to control games after taking the lead. Late in games, not conceding goals, not giving up, easy goals, sloppy goals that gives away points because those points will cost us towards the end, and we saw how that was in terms of playoff proceedings. So, those little things, details to focus on.
How hard is that? Because it looks like that is a pattern of the league. I mean, you see the results in the league, and teams are winning 3-0, and then they ended up losing 4-3. That kind of stuff. I mean, the back and forward is a pattern of the league.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping to avoid and get better at. Being able to hold leads, control games when we do have the lead, and make it harder for teams to claw back. And so, like you said, it's tough to do it in this league, and we're hoping to right that wrong.
A couple of days ago, when it started the rumor about Vela could go to Barcelona, what do you thought?
I'm hoping it wasn't true. No, yeah, I mean, you hear all these rumors all the time in football, and so, until it happens, he's here training with us, and we're hoping he does stay because he's a big part of this team. And but man, it's when you hear Barca coming, they want you. That's pretty cool. So yeah.
So we can make sure he's staying right here.
I hope he stays. Yeah, I told him I'm taking his keys, his passport, so he can't leave.
The first games of the season, you talked about some of the regrets from last season. The regular season opens, the first 3 home games are some order of Sporting Kansas City, Portland Timbers, and Real Salt Lake. How much? Obviously, every team wants to start off strong, but how much more, given what the things that went down with those teams last year? How big is it that you get crack at that redemption so early in the season?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's going to be a good test for us early in the season to see where we are, which is all more important. Why this preseason, we get our philosophy and the way we want to play through everybody, and start off with that fluid play that we did towards the end of the year. Start it right off the bat because, like you said, like every point, no matter early or late, they are important and they will accumulate. So.
Kind of related to that, you've been playing around so long in the league. What are your thoughts on the new player format?
I think for a lot of players, I think they like it because it does favor teams who do well in the regular season, and so for us that would have been great. But like I said, like it is a one game off, but to have it at home, if you do well in the regular season, I think a lot of guys will like that.